Hey, a game just came out that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and before Bone Lab commits a hostile takeover on the entire internet on Thursday, I just want to talk about Rumble. Now, if you haven't already heard about Rumble, you're probably living under a rock. Okay, I'll see myself out. Being someone who grew up while Avatar: The Last Airbender was still coming out, this is a game I didn't know I had been waiting my entire life for. Essentially, the game is just a 1v1 earthbending arena. Just think of the earthbending tournament from Avatar. That's pretty much the premise. The tournament in the show is even called Earth Rumble 6. I just thought that's kind of funny. You can definitely tell that there was some inspiration there. It sounds simple at first, but where the game really gets complicated is in all the different abilities that you eventually unlock. Rumble starts you off by giving you 3 simple abilities to try out and attempt to master. I say attempt because even the beginning abilities, the basic 3, are gonna give you some trouble. This is not a game that you can pick up and master immediately. It actually took me hours to get the hang of disc, ball, and pillar, but once you start to get the hang of things, it is so satisfying, and you really do feel like an earthbender. I know I probably sound like IGN when I say that, but it's true. I feel like an earthbender. This game's community is one of the friendliest and most helpful communities I've had the pleasure of being a part of since Zenith, and that's really saying a lot because this game doesn't have a voice chat. All communication has to be done with your hands unless you're playing with a friend over Discord or something. Even with that hurdle, I had a guy physically stop our match because he wanted to show me a cool variation of the disc move. Actually, he showed me a couple cool variations of the disc move. Mwah, mwah. I just thought it was great. It was one of the most fun and wholesome times I had in VR, and I couldn't even hear the person on the other end. Even though the abilities in Rumble are very difficult to master, the game gives you everything you need to master any move that you're having trouble with. Consistently hitting your casts really just comes down to how much work you're willing to put in. At the end of the day, it all comes down to muscle memory, and you can only get more of that by playing more often. Rumble is still in early access, but I am super excited to see the development for this game.
Oh, it's like pushing out a poop. Oh god, oh god, it didn't help. Ah, oh.
As you level up in the game, you begin to unlock newer and more advanced abilities. It really creates an interesting dynamic between opponents because people at a higher level will have a different amount of abilities that they've unlocked. So somebody who has the hold right ability could be going up against someone who's brand new and can only spawn a pillar, a ball, and a disc. But if you're that player who doesn't have all the abilities and you beat the other guy, it feels that much cooler. It feels like you're a Pokemon trainer who just beat the gym leader. Lag really does make or break this game. If you and your opponent have a good connection, then it's great. You're gonna have a great time. Everything feels smooth. It doesn't feel like anything's lagging behind your movements. But man, if one of you guys don't have a solid connection, things can get a little rocky.
Oh no, my guy. How does this person play at all? What belt are they? How is this a red belt? Holy shit. This is really bad. It's like he's fighting a phantom. Still thinks he's attacking me. What the heck happened?
Once you start getting the hang of simpler casts and you start unlocking more abilities by leveling up, you start to notice patterns that a lot of players follow, depending on what abilities they choose to use the most. But be careful not to fall into those patterns yourself once you recognize them, however good they may seem. Most strategies in this game, from what I can tell so far, have pretty good counterplay, but as you level up, you'll notice that some abilities are a little more powerful than others. For example, if it's two new players fighting each other, the matches might take a little longer to finish just because it's harder to make abilities like reach your opponent without them just being able to dodge it.
Catch these hands!
I don't believe it.
But at the same time, as you gain abilities, other people are also gaining those same abilities. So once you unlock something like the hold right, or it's pretty much just telekinesis, you'll find that everyone else who has telekinesis will just use it to chuck giant walls at you from across the map, because why would you do anything else? Every ability definitely has its use. I don't want it to seem like using telekinesis is just the way to go, because there's definitely counterplay to that, even if you don't have telekinesis yet. Most of the time you get lucky and you're paired up against people who are the same belt as you, but when it doesn't happen and you do beat somebody who's a higher level than you, it feels so good, it feels so rewarding. It feels like you've actually put time into learning a skill, and then you get to actually put it into practice. It's one of the things I love about VR in general, is it doesn't feel like I'm just learning how to push buttons in the right order quickly. It feels like I'm physically actually having to outplay whoever I'm going up against. In Rumble, I feel like you can make any kind of playstyle work for you. You can sit back and just pummel your opponent with projectiles while making an indestructible fort of your own that just keeps replenishing itself. Or you can completely bum rush somebody and jump in the air and smack them in the face with half a skyscraper. The possibilities are quite literally endless. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this game feels like the first game I've played, in VR at least, that really scratches that fighting game itch that I've had since I stopped playing games like Smash, and I really just can't wait to see where it goes in the future. I'm so excited for the development of this game. But that's about all I have to waste your time with today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment. I read all of them, and notifications give me dopamine, so if you want to get me zooted on some of my own brain juice, hit some buttons down there. But that's it for my incoherent ramblings. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye now.